I think
this.
a couple weeks ago.
But they had side selection for this match, right? So they chose blue first, but now they're switching it up.
Yeah, I think they had been going red a fair bit. Unless I'm confusing them, but I'm pretty sure earlier in playoffs they were doing that a fair bit and prioritizing red side. But I know some of the teams, some of the teams have also done it where they like swap mid-series.
Yeah.
And they did that against FlyQuest where they've been prioritizing one side, and then that was the whole thing when then FlyQuest brought in Gakkos, assuming that they were going to be on the same side they were last time, and then they swapped sides again.
Yeah.
And so they seem to like to mix it up. Maybe it's based on like pre-planned draft. Maybe it's just based on vibes. I don't really know. But it is interesting for sure.
I mean, for me, blue has always been an easier side to prep for, like during draft meetings. But I feel like once you're later in a fearless series, there are I think more advantages to gain from red side because the draft is so much less predictable later in fearless, and you get more counter pick opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm a big red side fan generally, but I do understand why people don't do it for this reason that you can see on screen right now. These bans are why people choose blue. Because they feel like on red, they have to ban these champs.
Yeah.
They always feel like they have to ban Pantheon. They feel like the map pressure is too strong. They think answers to Azir, even like artillery answers, this type of thing, are just not consistent enough to play. So people just value Azir so highly, they don't want to give it. So we just play blue side, so we don't have to ban it.
Pretty much every single time Rumble is available early for Dhokla, he has just been grabbing it. I think this is one of the big reasons that they kind of wanted him in, instead of Sniper, was there was a lot of talk about Rumble science and these meta champs, not really being comfortable playing them. So he is going to be able to get the Rumble. And I feel like anytime they go Rumble, then they're looking for like AoE engage and follow up. You're looking for champions like Rel. You're looking for champions like, Wukong obviously is already gone, but like this sort of style of play.
I wonder if, because Shopify Rebellion, if they ever get a chance, and I wonder if they actually saw the infomercial, if they're ever going to think about the Lucian Nami, and they're already hovering the Nami. So maybe the infomercial, I mean, they don't need to be sold on this. They are already the ones that are selling other people. But Yunara, okay, so that was the question that I had in mind. Two of the power picks ever since Varus got nerfed has been Yunara versus Lucian. Which side do you generally favor if you were in this position?
It seems to me that the Yunara seems to perform really well in team fights, and the laning phase is also one of the reasons why people pick it so often, because it kind of has this seamless transition.
Oh, Maokai Rumble Yone, they're going to go for it. I actually love this combo.
This is a very, very 100 Thieves draft, I will say.
I think it's so hard to play against if they do go Yone as well, but are they considering Lucian instead? This is interesting, because when you go for this sort of combo, it's like Maokai presses R. The counter to that is everyone lines up, right? So only one person gets hit by the root.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good for Yone and Equalizer.
The domino pieces.
I just think that when you are playing this sort of style, it's so hard to play against. Like, even if Ksante is blocking it, then you're all just gathering up for the Yone and for the Equalizer. But sorry, go ahead on the Yunara point.
Yeah, just Yunara, I think the reason people prioritize it so highly is because the combination of her laning phase and the scaling and the fact that she has a dash later on makes the transition from early game to mid game so seamless. It doesn't feel like she has a big drop-off period, it doesn't feel like she's weak in lane, she has multiple build paths, she can build a lifesteal build, she can build a more damage-centric build. She's really just a pick that it feels like you can pick at any point. And that's the same way people feel about Varus. That's not necessarily the same way people feel about Lucian. They don't want to play Lucian against Sion, they don't want to play Lucian against Ksante, they don't want to play Lucian against normal Survive.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, where people stand on picking Yunara. I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but that's the reason.
That makes sense.
Ryze coming through, I think, generally the thought process of Ryze into a lot of these heavy dive comps is that you get tanky enough that you're not going to get one shot, even if you get hit by some sort of CC. And against a lot of these melee heavy comps as well, Spell Flux is just so powerful, you can, really turn around fights. Like, it's clear that Yunara will be the main target, but if you overcommit onto Yunara and Ryze is just there free firing, I think it can be pretty powerful.
Yeah, it seems like they're gearing up for a pretty strong front-to-back composition, but also I wonder, with Ryze, if they want to play sides, if there's any way to attack Rumble in that instance. We saw just yesterday. I mean, C9 was straight attacking the Rumble side with Nocturne and Orianna as a combination. So interested to see what the 4-5 is going to be looking like for Shopify.
What AD would you expect here, Isles, given that we have Smolder, Varus both getting banned out? We have a couple already removed in the earlier game as well.
I think based on what we've seen from 100 Thieves, I would not be surprised to see the Lucian here. I think it's not really the best Lucian game, but honestly, there's not really that many champions left. I suppose Kai'Sa could come out, but I do think this lane matchup is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
You will be on the back foot for the majority of the time. But I do think 100 Thieves does often lean into the style of we're just going to pick stuff for comp in our bot lane, and we're going to get those team fights.
Yeah, and I feel like their style as well with the first three is just, we're going to pick whatever our comfort is. I think they did this in game 1 with Aurora Wukong. I think they're doing it in this game 2 with Rumble, Maokai, Yone. So,
any of these dash champs make sense with the Jarvan coming out on 4, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll just see one of those, whether it be Lucian, Ezreal, Zeri, or...
Senna's always interesting because Senna's one of those champions that does support the dive very well, and not necessarily that safe against the dive, but not always the kind of like best target to go on either.
Yeah. There is some inherent synergy between Maokai and Senna. Like you guys say, the funnel that lines up gives the Senna the free W. It also gives her great ultimate value. So this is a combo you've seen in the past, but it makes sense too to pick Senna with a champion like Rumble, a champion that delivers a lot of damage. You want to have an ADC that has more utility, more CC, something that usually is low damage, is supported by something that has damage. So I kind of like the idea. I'm just a bit worried about Senna being vulnerable to Jarvan and Ryze in the early game.
Which comp would you rather play?
I kind of like what blue team has, to be honest. I'm not certain though. I think Rakan is really hard to play this game.
I don't like the sound of that one. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Yeah, Rakan looks really hard to play this game, and it's definitely on Jarvan and Ryze, I think, to make something happen in early to make this mid game easier. But blue team's comp looks hard to crack.
Okay, I got to check on the casters. Hey, casters, can you help me out on this one? What are your thoughts?
No.
Ooh, what are our thoughts on the draft team?
I like the dive for 100 Thieves again. They got Quid on Yone, and they have Yone, Maokai, and Rumble combo. Woo, I see that Ryze and Yunara just getting blown up.
Yeah, as long as they can get this Senna to a point where she's not going to be as vulnerable, right? Because they did address that in Shopify's composition. There are a lot of ways to get on her. This early lane is not going to be fun.
Yeah.
Senna, Alistar.
One of the most worthless level 1s.
Yeah, it feels bad, that's all I'll say. It feels really bad because you are going to get shoved in, but it buffs the rest of this comp so well, right? Like the Yone, Maokai, Rumble combination that they're going for, it's really perfect for that. It's also just perfect for 100 Thieves. It, again, supports exactly how they want to play.
Yeah, you got to hide in your shroud a lot. Senna, you got to hide in your shroud, and FBI is actually going flash and ghost here, so he's indexing completely into mobility.
Yep, he just wants to live.
So there's no like barrier or anything to protect him from the burst. Instead of the barrier, you got to dodge stuff.
Just outplay, man, and it allows Dhokla and Quid to play what they're good at as well here in this draft. As Bvoy and FBI will find each other. Oh, we got some all chat. What's going on here? Yike goes down again.
Yike Maokai.
Yeah.
Contractz reliving their energy.
The glory days.
Glory days, because people on both teams know. And we have to get this graphic out really quickly because Seos is now the holder of the second fastest first blood in North American history. Well done there. Unfortunately, we heard in the comms afterwards, Bvoy was immediately like, you take the kill? Question mark, buddy?
Huh, interesting.
But they did get it quicker that way.
They did. Didn't slow River down, though. He did still go for that early play, and I love that from the jungler of 100 Thieves. Had such a big resurgence here as the team has come together. He's looked spectacular these last couple of weeks. Also looking spectacular, Dhokla on the Rumble. This was a player that really opened up their tools in drafting, being a proficient Rumble player himself.
And when they made this swap in the top lane, that was one of the things they highlighted, right? They specifically highlighted the Rumble and the Scion as 2 meta picks that they felt like Dhokla would be more comfortable on than Sniper. And thus far, especially with the Rumble, it has really worked out. Like that graphic said, undefeated, and also just, especially in this composition, if he gets a good equalizer over a Maokai ult to just soften up Shopify, this Yone will be able to go absolutely wild.
And he has not been getting carried in these Rumble games that they've been winning. He has had good equalizers. So that's why I really do think this combo looks very good for 100 Thieves. Maokai ult can go out really early. Yone can group them up as well. Like, they have so many ways that this 100 Thieves team has utilized really effectively in pressuring the enemy carries. So we will see if Jarvan in the hands of Contractz can be as high pressure as the River
Lot
Jarvan.
to live up to.
Because, River obviously very well known for it. Contractz himself, though, does get very creative with the champion as well, and can put out some pressure. So we'll see if Shopify can bring back the series here and try and even it up.
Yeah, and as we see this kind of bot lane scrapping back and forth, the big thing for me for 100 Thieves is how many of these early objectives do they think they're going to be able to contest, right? Because they have the top side, but then this bot lane with Senna, they're going to want to get her into a good position, right? So, and I feel like they themselves have said this, where when talking about some of the deficits they've ended up in the early game, they've admitted it's come from contesting early objectives when we really shouldn't have. I felt like they did a great job of leveraging, especially stuff like teleport advantage to get the Drake, not necessarily going for these.
I want to watch here. Contractz is hovering mid right now. He's off vision from Quid. Palafox walking up, flashes for the root, but he gets to turret. Quid answers with his own flash. So Summoner Spells traded from the mid laners, but Contractz, he was looking for an early play.
Yeah, it's interesting because both junglers can play that game. With both mid laners trading flashes like that, you have a lot of threat on both sides. A Maokai with a flash or a Jarvan with a flash are very, very potent gankers here for mid lane. So vision around this mid lane is going to be really big determining factor for the early game. Even Seos has some time to come up. They are looking for the dive.
Commitment right here. No flash on Quid. They can actually look for this, but River backs and is actually still hovering around. He doesn't run straight to the brush, but he will spot out the attempted gank. Roots up Contractz, knocks back Seos. They still look for it on to Quid. First blood picked up by Contractz. Answers, River will get one. Oh, Contractz flashes. Actually still has it. River was the one that flashed, went for the Q. Now Dhokla coming down here. They're catching Contractz. Flag and drags over the wall. He's not spotted right now, but oh, he's backing. Wait, he's not spotted. Oh, he gets out.
All right, that is just actual Omega 5 head for Contractz. That was really, really nice.
Wow.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, you see the sapling coming over. He moves a little bit to the side. Still in the fog of war. Wow. 1 for 1 after all that.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy series of plays. Shopify Rebellion were so ready for the dive, but River had the read and is in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, so you saw Seos kind of linking up for this dive. River happens to come through, but they do get the kill, crucially, onto Quid, and then Seos ends up diving for it. And here we go with Contractz out-juking River on
He didn't even move!
I thought he had to step too.
Wait, I thought he had to move a little to the side. He didn't even have to move?
That cat was, his eyes were closed. That cat was not watching.
So maybe it's not 100% 5 and it's a little bit of luck in there too, but there's always a little bit of luck in your genius moves.
The crowd
a little bit of luck.
One. And here's Seos again mid.
Yes, Quid still does not have the flash available, so Seos may be trying to find another window to make some action happen, but Waves pushing in.
He didn't have to move at all.
Yeah, same.
Sweet.
That's one for the highlight reel right there, you know? He calculated. He knew ahead of time where that little cat was going to land. Dragon started up here by Shopify Rebellion, though. Contractz looking at that one right now as Quid and Palafox again scrapping with each other. Quid having the combat ultimate means the Palafox has to be very respectful right now.
Yeah, and Shopify are going to be able to get this uncontested, as we do have a little bit of a mismatch with the Senna Alistar going 2v1 up against the Ksante in the top lane, then the Yunara and Rakan down here pushing in this rumble.
So lanes have been swapped around now, and that will be early objective for Shopify Rebellion. We were wondering if 100 Thieves would contest, and the answer, at least for that first dragon, is no. You really want to make sure that you're getting that first item on Yone for him to really come online. You want that Senna to stack up. So Shopify get themselves a dragon and an invade. Contractz is even going for this as River will answer on top side.
Yeah, I think they are never going to contest with the Senna Alistar bottom lane here. And so I think it is the correct call just to trade on the other side of the map, you know. Send River up to the top side, try and get the Maokai level 6. Meanwhile, Dhokla on the bottom side uses the equalizer to clear out the wave. So nice stuff from him.
Yeah, that's good, especially with Contractz down here. He could have looped around for a potential dive, and Quid also sees Contractz here on these Raptors.
Contractz is still level 5, but hit 6 off the little Raptors, so and he even had backup there in case Quid looked for anything. So they'll see the Raptors go, cannot stop it. Meanwhile, top side, it's Seos teleporting in. They want to get Fudge away from that lane. I love seeing the Senna into the Ksante because it's usually a free lane to stack on, so seems like Shopify Rebellion want to put the 2v2 back in that 2v2 situation.
Yep, and we'll see what else they want to get done on this top side as Grubs are about to spawn, and River and River and Eyla are already on them, as Contractz is potentially looking for an angle onto Dhokla.
Yeah, level 6, and the Rumble still has Flash available, but no Equalizer, because he used it on the wave earlier. Fudge is going in now. Contractz looking for the engage. Dhokla is going to have to save that Flash and use it at the right time here if he wants to save his life. Sidesteps the Intopo strike, and now the all-out into the wall. Dhokla goes down. Shopify Rebellion find a play in the side lane.
That's the way a lot of times you want to gank. Actually, wait a second.
Eyla actually goes in onto Bvoy as Seos jumps in. Don't land the W from FBI. Bvoy has to use the Yunara ultimate. No damage back onto FBI, but River was nearby. Meanwhile, Quid and Palafox still trading mid-side here, but both supports looking for something there. The only action was on that bottom side.
Yeah, and that's how you want to gank a lot of times when you're ganking a champion that you know has flash up. You just walk at them on the inside route. A lot of people will just EQ, as soon as they see them to close the distance. But you save your EQ and you save your ultimate. So Dhokla knew there's no way I'm going to get out. So they ensure the kill. He also doesn't, use his flash there either, though.
Yeah, a nice cross-map trade as 100 Thieves did end up getting all 3 of those grubs on the top side. So we see these 2 mid laners kind of still scrapping here.
Quid's getting kind of low right now, but Teleport is about to come off cooldown, so it won't be much longer. He's going to go for a reset here, spend some more of that gold, and most likely teleport back into that mid lane. But actually, FBI and Eyla are currently in the mid lane, so they'll be catching this wave. We'll have to wait to see where Quid decides to go on the Rift, but 100 Thieves have just been getting this Senna as much of the waves as possible.
Yeah, and Quid's going to be heading up to that top side, and so we'll see how 100 Thieves are going to, what they potentially want to do with this map. Again, I feel like they have some things to potentially be able to contest objectives, but the most important thing is getting their entire team composition into a position where they can pull out these crazy team fights, especially with the Yone Rumble combination.
And that first item is really where they're going to want to start looking. If they do want to contest at that point, you need that Blade of the Rune King on the Yone. You need the Leandries on Dhokla's Rumble. So, Dragon in a minute and a half. We'll see if 100 Thieves are able to reach that point and where they're confident to contest or not.
And we are looking at how quickly we are stacking with FBI. He's already at 40 stacks.
Whoa.
And we're only 10.5 minutes in. So he is already ahead the averages. You can see here, pretty sizably ahead of the averages. And been doing really well with it. You talked about, in the lane swap, was getting some good soul generation there. Even versus the, Rakan as well, another melee champ down on that side. He was getting some good trades on. So FBI Senna is a scaling in this game.
Ooh, he's actually getting engaged on in this game as Seos looks for it. Eyla playing bodyguard, knocks Bvoy away, so no damage follow-up.
So close to cursing him there, Kobe.
Trying your best.
Nice recognition. We'll see if Contractz is going to be looking for an angle to Quid.
Ooh, Flag and Drag misses. Quid's able to dodge it right there as Contractz sells the Cataclysm available. Will go in onto the Yone. In comes River. Oh, Quid not landing. The Fate sealed. Contractz again dodging away from that one. Palafox now turning onto River, who's just trying to get his mid laner to safety. So a lot of cooldowns used, but no kills picked up.
Yeah, Quid gets himself out of there with his life for now. Looks like Shopify sticking around to interrupt some recalls, but the teleport coming back will mean no further play here. But yeah, the Senna scaling in souls as well as gold. So FBI is having a really good game at the moment, and we were wondering, how difficult is it going to be for him to survive? But when you're ahead in gold, in addition to souls, you get your static shift quicker, which means that you can actually deal with minion waves even more effectively. And with the Flash and Ghost at his disposal, all that extra mobility, he really has a good chance.
Yeah, and not so coincidentally, that was just locked in for FBI as we see 100 Thieves moving into this Drake area and are going to start it up here.
I think a big part of this has to be the Contractz use the Cataclysm topside, so no J4 ultimate. They actually feel confident to walk forward. They have an item on Senna, and they have Rumble on the bottom side here pushing that wave in. So 100 Thieves will steal away a dragon right now, or rather just confirm the dragon. The Shopify Rebellion are instead doing the same thing where they make a play on the other side of the map. This was 100 Thieves a few minutes earlier. Now it's Shopify Rebellion that it just send their jungler topside while dragon's taken.
I think that's fair. You can say anything that the Thieves take is stolen.
I was playing into the bit, and I was like, that does mean something in League, though, so I suppose I should be accurate. Thanks for having my
They go to
back,
get
though,
lunch,
Kobe.
they pick up their sandwiches, and they're like, wow, stealing some sandwiches.
Put a $5 down, stole that
lunch.
sandwich. Yeah. I mean, $5 for a sandwich would be a steal in this economy.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Palafox
Depends on
and
the quality of the sandwich.
yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah.
You don't want some moldy bread, Kobe?
Oh, I don't think anybody's selling moldy sandwiches.
Yeah, I feel like
What sandwich shops are you going to, Emily?
Kangas will make a sandwich, and it is 1 slice of American cheese and 2 slices of white bread.
Hey, come on,
please.
Wow.
Yeah, that's profit there actually.
Yeah.
No,
I
don't
would
put that
not-
idea in my head.
I would not steal that sandwich.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
just
good
saying.
business if you can sell it.
Yeah, I think your marketing's got to go crazy if that's your business plan right now. As get back into the game, we do see Contractz on the top side yet again. Palafox has to flash away from the Fate Sealed. Ooh, Quid almost finds a solo kill.
Yeah, and Contractz is also there to cover. River will be here in case Contractz is looking for anything, because Quid also did get a bit low, but near kill for Quid.
And as that fight was going on, there were like 7 red pings here. Shopify pinged the double swords fight, inside the jungle, and so they continue with that play.
Contractz still looking for more onto River now. Has Seos behind him. Shane CC catch out River in his own jungle. Did not see that one coming.
Good use of pinks.
Yeah.
Even we can tell.
Yep.
They're saying fight in jungle, fight in jungle, fight in jungle. We've got lots of deep wards, and they do go.
Now it's looking like Quid actually wants to play bodyguard. Did he get that?
Nah,
No,
there was a
okay.
smite there
Yeah.
for Contractz. It's just too OP. It's really hard in the early game to steal away from a smite, and he does get it. Let's see about the rematch on top side, though. Quid maybe going to have to wait for his ultimate to come back and go for round number 2.
Or wait for your support to come up here and help you out, as currently Eyla is in the area.
He
will be spotted out, though.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to be spotted out on all that vision, though, so probably just going to be able to back off. But yeah, nice recognition of Shopify and where they could go in after Quid tries to get that kill onto Palafox. Although 100 Thieves now moving into this topside area and potentially setting up for this Rift Herald.
A lot of teleport flanks available for Fudge if he wants to make a play, though, because of that earlier vision invested. Wait to see if Shopify want to do that. Currently, it's just 100 Thieves starting up the Herald, pulling it out, leashing it away from the pit, while FBI and Eyla now walk up.
Yeah, because look at the cooldown on Fate Sealed here for Quid. Just now comes off cooldown. So 100 Thieves are like, all right, we're ready
There's
to
that
let
teleport
it in.
flank. Fudge is coming in. 100 Thieves will burn down the Herald. Now they got to try and get out, as Fudge will look onto Quid. Fate Sealed is used, but Fudge flashes for the all-out. The Bull Quid back into the team. Flash away from the Yone exhaust. Shopify Rebellion are chasing him down, and Eyla playing goalie, keeping his mid laner alive. Says, get out of here. I will sacrifice myself for the cause. Eyla goes down. Quid lives.
So in the end, they do have 1 casualty.
Yeah.
Ayla sacrifices himself.
Pour one out for Eyla. Round of applause.
He flashed for it, used his ultimate for it as well, but really, 100 Thieves the entire time that heist was taking place, Dhokla is free farming on the bottom side and is going to be able to get another cannon wave into the tower.
Yeah, they do come away with the the kill. Wow.
Quid kill. I like
Most
kill, yeah,
importantly, Quid does not die.
works.
Ayla going in like an absolute bro for Quid there. And then, as you pointed out, Kobe, a lot of pressure down on this top side with Dhokla just kind of free farming, did not have his TP available.
With these repeated kills from Shopify, they've amassed themselves a decent gold lead here in the early game. And we were also highlighting Contractz on this Jarvan. He has had quite the impact, constantly looking for these fights, repeating on jungle invades and going for the kills here. So Shopify with their gold lead for now, but the Rift Herald has been used in the mid lane for 100 Thieves, so they're looking at this mid tower. It should get very low after the charge, and they are going to keep FBI here to finish that one.
Yep. Yeah,
I believe they just get this one, yeah.
So
There it is.
Dead is also very low. 0 health is pretty low.
0 health is no health. Very low health.
Saved, right? Nailed it.
But like you said, it is a 1.5 thousand gold lead still for Shopify Rebellion. So even though 100 Thieves do get that turret, Shopify are in a much better position this time around as everyone has completed that one item.
Yeah, that does, however, give them full feats because that was their first turret taken down.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I love talking about both of these junglers, Kobe. I know you do too, because we talk so much about how creative River can be. I think we've also seen some of that creativity also come out of Contractz. He is another jungler that I always look to in the LTA to go for creative angles, to go for early plays. And I think we've seen it in his attention to lanes early on in this game as Shopify are just going to take this free dragon on the bot side of the map.
No contest from 100 Thieves. Instead, they're doing the same thing. All three dragons have been the same story. One jungler takes it, the other jungler tries to look at the other side of the rift, as we have multiple members of 100 Thieves here on the top side. River doesn't have any camps to clear, but they will get a turret for Quid. A turret quill, if you will.
Yeah, they'll get this turret down, and because of that equalizer on the wave, it's going to take a little bit longer for Fudge to start hammering down this bot tier 1 turret. Even as Contractz is in their jungle, they potentially are setting up for a pick onto Contractz.
Oh, Contractz right now getting roasted down by Dhokla as the EQ combo gets over the wall, as Eyla was looking for a potential pincer right there, but Contractz gets too far away from the damage. 100 Thieves call off the play, but Contractz not able to successfully pull off the invade that he was looking there is the big story. 100 Thieves defend their own jungle.
Yeah, but now 100 Thieves are rotating in on this bot side of the map, right? And now Quid is going to be going up against this bot tier 1 turret. So nice little map movements from the Thieves as Shopify are going to match on this top side with the Ryze and Rakan backing, but Ryze should be able to take that out.
Quid, another turret though. I mean, Quid's just getting all over the map right now. They're getting gold into the Yone, one of Quid's signature champions. It's a pretty good win condition for 100 Thieves as he's going to push another wave in. That top turret will eventually fall. Palafox can take that one, but still, that's 2 turrets worth of gold onto Quid.
Yeah, just trading on the map right now, objective for objective, but I'm looking at the 2 items done on Yunara here. When you get this Runon's Hurricane in the team fight here against a lot of melee champions that can be grouped up, Yunara can just roast them. We'll see if 100 Thieves make the mistake of standing too close together and get kind of clumped up. Sometimes that's hard to avoid if the Rakan charms you and pulls you together a little bit. Yep. So the Yunara, though, definitely has a lot of potential to carry in some of these team fights. So we'll see if Bvoy can keep himself very safe with his flash and his cleanse in the face of all this 100 Thieves dive, and then be able to put out that damage output with the Hurricane Bolt splashing damage back together.
We're already taking a look at Otacon.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the 20-minute mark. Shopify Rebellion have started it up already. They're teleporting Fudge in. 100 Thieves actually have a trap laid, but instead it's Seo's engaging onto Dhokla, flashes the wall. Palafox is in there as well. Everybody turns onto Palafox. The Ryze has a flash to safety. Fudge now frontlining. Contractz sides all the way in. They got Dhokla, but the equalizer goes down. 100 Thieves have lost 2. Bvoy, nobody's hitting the Yunara. Now Quid threatens him. Flash away. Shopify Rebellion already found 3. A 3-for-1 trade in favor of the Rebels.
Yeah, and even though they saw that TP coming in, right, like really, really nice response from Fudge. Kobe, you talked about how much damage this Yunara can put out.
They're back on it.
We're back on it.
Oh boy. Quid still has a fate sealed.
He's not gonna.
Yeah, again, this is successful play here.
Oh, he's actually in trouble right now. Seo is thinking I can just engage onto that lonely Yone. Still lives to tell the tale. Shopify Rebellion get another kill, and we'll get the Otacon.
And again, it was a smart
surely not.
Start.
Surely not. FBI's just walking up as the Senna. Damage there onto Bvoy. He just kills the enemy AD carry. Dhokla, Rosie, Palafox. They might have gotten the objective, but 100 Thieves will not give it for free.
Okay, so a couple of kills to get chased down afterwards. But again, this was a smart Otacon. Everyone's always memeing on all these like bad Otacons. Oh, you're just going to Otacons like brainless. But there is a reason that they started, and it's because they saw the Yone leave. So actually, it's the Yone here on the bottom I want to highlight. They saw the Yone recall from bottom lane, and they had the teleport timer on the Yone. So they knew this is going to be a guaranteed 5v4 without 100 Thieves having Quid. That's why Shopify forced this fight so hard. That's why Palafox goes in super deep on the Ryze. That's why they teleport so quickly. That's why they actually start this Otacon. So some of them are just like, oh yeah, we're just going to go hit it. But this one, there is a reason why they're going to do it. And then they capitalized on that reason, winning the fight, restarting it. They get the kill onto Quid afterwards as well. So again, that was another like, for a good reason, Otacon.
Yeah, and Azale highlighted it during Champ Select. I know, Emily, you've talked about it as well. The Ryze is deceptively tanky. Like, Palafox didn't go down despite realm warping into everybody.
Yeah, that was really important because, again, they couldn't end up getting that kill onto Palafox, kept it in the 4v5 as we see Shopify potentially looking for something else here.
I will say, at the end of the day, it's a 0.5k gold lead for Shopify Rebellion. That's 500 gold. They're one dragon up. Now they're looking for the play into the mid lane. Everybody onto FBI. The Senna, the focus, but still alive. 100 Thieves, 80 carry does not fall. Seos does. The Thieves finding something here in the mid lane. And Shopify Rebellion now trying to have Bvoy be the damage, but he's caught out as well. It's all about mid lane. It's all about Palafox. Quid gets on him. He goes down. Contractz now diving through, the only member left on the Rebels, and the Thieves stand tall. Double kill to FBI.
FBI getting the double kill at the end of that after he survives. This initial dive is nothing short of miraculous as they pour everything into FBI. Watch Quid's angle onto Bvoy. Because yeah, they're gonna get on to Seos. He gets rooted up, and then Bvoy immediately goes in onto, Quid immediately goes in onto Palafox, and they're able to clean up Bvoy there.
Yeah, Quid was here for this fight, so it's completely different. But I was looking back at that original engage onto the Senna, and they don't like fully commit every possible auto onto him either.
FBI cackling.
I mean, Kobe, you said it. All they need to do is keep Senna alive. There's a lot of dive threats for the Senna, but if Senna can live, you're good.
I also appreciate the
He's laughing.
I appreciate the raise your koala sign in for the Australian FBI.
Got some boos in the
FBI
crowd.
and Eyla, yeah.
Dragons up now, though. 100 Thieves are approaching here. Shopify Rebellion are currently taking it down, but Quid's over the wall getting some damage in. Equalizer goes down a little early, but it's all for the damage. Omni Shadow over the top as well. They're poking members of Shopify Rebellion out, and it's just stolen. River walks up and smites it away. Now Fudge takes a blast cone to safety. Realm Warp to get everybody out. And ultimate! Quid! Fate Seal on a 5! And the Thieves will not allow the Rebels to escape. They'll steal the dragon. They'll steal the team fight. 100 Thieves are crushing the Rebels.
That is why you do not give Quid Yone. What a fight coming out of 100 Thieves. That's exactly what you want out of this composition.
Yeah, that was a pretty good ulti there from Squidward. Also, that highlights why it was, really so important why Shopify fought the Otacon one when Quid wasn't there.
Yes.
They're like, oh,
Yep.
that's good. We have way better
That's what can
chances.
happen when the Yone is present in the fight.
Yeah, when he is there, holy moly, and it looks like they're going to try and force
Contractz,
this
he's looking for the Baron steal. He's got to find a way to get into the pin, but Eyla just headbutts him away. So Contractz cannot approach. Baron focus down. It is secured. The Thieves pick up the objective.
Yeah, they understand the assignment. Keep Contractz out of that pit. But yeah, what a fight coming out of 100 Thieves. And with River.
Look at Ksante a bit, yeah. Ksante rooted, Ksante rooted, Ksante rooted. Thank you.
So we already got dragon.
Yeah. Watch Yone, watch Yone, watch Yone.
Oh my god.
Oh! Bye-bye!
Wow.
Bye-bye!
Holy
Bye-bye!
shit.
Whoa! With the bye-bye!
Wow.
That is the most beautiful Yone ult I've seen in my life.
Oh, don't read those lips.
Yeah, that's why he's not wearing a suit. He would have ripped it off after that moment. But now Quid, he's got a mag down his back. The Rebels are trying to shut him down. He gets out.
I love, too, when your teammates are telling you, slow down, slow down.
Yeah.
And he's just like, nah.
I
see
got
the
this,
angle.
guys.
No way. No. And then there's like, whoa, okay, dokie.
And now the Thieves, I mean, they have a 5,500 gold lead after that. Big kill, big fight, dragon stolen. They get the Baron, they're starting to take down the turrets, and they're staring down a 2-0 start to this best of 5. Shopify Rebellion are gonna have to find a way to put the brakes on the momentum train of 100 Thieves. The heist is just looking too strong right now as they'll take another turret topside, an exposed inhibitor. Start to put the work on that one here. Shopify Rebellion, they're trying to just catch these other waves. They're looking to just give this one up. Do the Thieves just look for the end right now? I mean, they have a big wave to play with. They still have the Baron-powered minions. Maokai ultimate goes out. Redemption used. The Rumble ult as well onto Seo. Says now Bvoy's just trying to make some magic happen on his own. No front line in front of him, but he walks up. The Thieves are backing off. They are out of there.
And they are rich thieves.
They are.
They are very rich now.
Yeah.
They have fully deleted the Shopify gold lead and filled their own.
I believe it was
coffers.
Demonte's diamonds. That's what
Yeah,
Raz
they're-
said that they were stealing from this time.
Demonte's diamonds.
And-
One thing we didn't touch on in draft that I can't believe we're forgetting as we look at FBI's insane stacks this game is that Senna is such a go-to pick for him specifically. We used to always talk about how he's one of our best Senna players in the league. So to see him come out, have such a great game from that initial 2v1 swap that they did in the top, getting that early stacking, and then contributing so much to these team fights has been really a joy to watch.
We did see there an attempted play onto Eyla as well, so he used the ultimate. I don't think that's going to slow down the momentum of 100 Thieves, though, if I'm being honest.
Correct assessment.
Yeah, they're still going.
They're
I can
just
see
gonna
on screen
mow
right
through
now.
this turret.
But I think the Baron wearing off will halt some of their momentum. They decide to actually stop as Fudge flashes in. Flash response from FBI and from Dhokla, but now Fudge is in a tough spot. Equalizer goes down. He's able to dodge away from it. River now hurt up as Contractz looks to flash forward, but Quid yet again going for the play himself. Ayla will fall, but Quid stands. The Thieves mid laner just making it happen for the team. An ace for 100 Thieves.
You cannot keep Quid off of this Shopify backline. Another spectacular fight coming out of 100 Thieves, and they're just going to be looking for the end here.
Look how much fun they've been having,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, on stage, they're all laughing, making jokes. Wow. They are just riding high on the success.
The vibes are
Dhokla,
immaculate.
no hands!
Dhokla hands off the keyboard. 100 Thieves with a 2-0 start to the series. The Rebels are back to the drawing board. 100 Thieves will take game number 2.
To be fair, he is dead, but still cool looking.
It's for him the
Sit
message.
back, watch his teammates win the game.
He's sending the message to his opponents. Don't even need to be there. The team cleans it up. And what a performance from Quid.
What an amazing performance from Quid. By the way, Dhokla still undefeated on that Rumble, and I'd love to hear what the lounge has to say about this one.
Me too. Raz, thoughts?
How's Shopify going to come back from this?
Is inevitable, guys. This is their comfort zone, surely.
Raz, would a crisp $100 bill convince you to come